guys, welcome back to Random Thoughts. I am the D Marie, and we are here with my friend Kelly, and she is taking over.
Ooh, that is it. You are no longer in the control seat. What shall my evil mind ask? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Over these years, you have been doing this YouTube channel, enjoying yourself so much. And one of the big things that you have repeatedly recorded and talked about were your goals. So I want to know, how have your goals evolved over time?
Like the specific goals?
Yes, the type of goals that you had.
Oh.
Yes. Because you've been doing this for how many years now?
12, 13 years.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a good chunk of time.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah. So originally the channel was started with a list of goals to hold myself accountable. I feel like I reached a lot of those goals, and then after a while, some of those goals was like, did you just add them for filler? Are you actually interested? So I feel like as I've grown, I've looked at my goals to see what is actually still important to me. Not to say they weren't important to me when I added them to the list. They were important at the time, but as you grow, the things you're interested in sometimes changes, and it has for me. So there's been a lot of things that I don't care if I get to or not.
Your California goals.
Okay, so California is still on my list. Although technically we have been there.
Yes.
We landed in California and went out to Catalina Island, which is off the coast of California.
And we did a little shopping right there at the coast. But there was other things, places you wanted to go, people you wanted to meet.
There were, but now there aren't, because a lot of the places I wanted to go are no longer open or available. And I'm not like a shopper, so I don't really care. The only thing I really want to do is go to Venice Beach.
Yes.
And for me, I could do that in a weekend. Like, let's fly out. I'll go to Venice Beach and come home again.
Okay.
So that's kind of what my new thoughts on my goal is. And so to answer your question, a lot of my goals have been tweaked. So my California goal is still a goal, but my vision of what I want to do when I get there has tweaked and what I'm interested in.
Okay, now if you look back at your younger self, at the things you wanted to, if you look back now, if they were still in existence, would you still want to go and do them and see them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So validating your younger self and, the ideals and goals. Okay. Now, since a lot of them have been closed down now and all, do you regret not going sooner?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I it would have been nice, but I don't regret it because whatever I was doing at life while that thing was still open or available, I didn't have the time, the money, the thoughts. Like, I wasn't ready to go.
Okay.
So I can't regret the steps I took to get here.
Very nice. Now, with the evolution of Drea over time, you've had a lot of growth, going from 20s to 30s and now in 40s. I know. Would you say that your goals have changed along with the growth of yourself and your personality?
That's a good question.
Hard hitter.
Yeah.
I know.
I want to say yes.
Okay.
Because like one of my big goals in my 20s when I got out of college was to work on a cruise ship. Instead, I had a baby. So I didn't work on a cruise ship. Well, now that baby is an adult, and I could go work on a cruise ship if I wanted to, but I no longer want to. So in that case, yes, like the things I physically was capable of doing in my 20s, I'm no longer like I just imagine if I lived on a cruise ship now, like oh my god, my back, my neck, all the swaying. Like younger me would have loved that. Older me is like, dear God, no. I don't even know if I want to get on a cruise ship. You know?
Oh no! Well, now you would want to do the cruise ship rather than the intense planning and plotting of the
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see other goals. How do you feel you have done with reaching your goals?
Oh, wonderful. A lot of times, I will say. So, when I started the channel, I had like a list of like 20 something goals.
Mhm.
And then as I was going along, I was adding to them. They were monthly goals, they were yearly goals, they were 5 years down the road goals. Like buying a house was on there. I was so proud of myself when I got that goal. Meeting Dante Bosco was on there. I
Yes.
gave him my book where I had written the goal. He signed it for me,
Oh,
and so I
nice.
put it in a frame with the picture.
Okay.
So it's like there were goals, you know. So like there has been so many. I mean, there were some things that I couldn't do,
Mhm.
like oh, one of my goals was being at my sister's pin signing. So my sister was in school to become a nurse, and at the time I was like, I'm gonna be there at her graduation. Da, da, da. I I don't want to say regret because it was at the time I just didn't have the money to fly out to PA to be there. But my heart was there. She knew it was, and I was so proud of her. But it was on my goal list that I had added as like we got to work hard to make it happen. So
Okay.
there were a lot of things that didn't happen. Some I was sad about. Some I'm like, yeah. But the things that did happen, like buying my house, buying a car, like making my daughter's life secure, you know, and meeting people I was excited to meet. Going to Comic Con was on one of my lists. I remember I got to Comic Con and forgot it was on my list. I was like, oh, that's
Oh.
right. It was on my list to be here. And now
Oh,
I'm here.
look at you. You're, knocking out these goals so much that
Right?
you forgot it was even a goal and you're knocking it
Exactly.
out.
And so
Okay.
that has happened a couple of times actually. That I'm just out here living my life and I'm like, wow, I'm doing the things that I was manifesting years ago that I didn't even realize. So sometimes you can make a checklist and kill it not even thinking about it.
Accurate, accurate. Now, my question to you, now that we are in our 40s,
Mm-hmm.
and now that, medical and health, we can't deny it, it's starting to affect us and sometimes really get in the way of things. Have you thought about or considered putting together the list of physically demanding things that you want to do before you're not capable of doing them?
So you and I have had a conversation off camera about how you've done that.
Yes.
And I started to think about it. I'm like, huh, maybe I should. But I've gone through my list and really there isn't anything physically demanding
Okay.
other than taking trips
Okay.
because people always think about the end result of getting there and being at this beautiful place, but nobody thinks about the getting on the flight, the sitting on the flight for hours, the drinking water and having to walk around on the plane, carrying your bag. Nobody thinks about all that stuff. So I feel like that's the demanding part for me. And in which case, yes, I have thought about it, and I feel like the next 2 to 3 years is going to be like the most traveling I'm going to do because I did do a lot when I was younger. I was privileged enough to have parents that took us on a lot of trips.
Nice.
So, I do want to do like some of my dream trips, get to New Orleans. It's like one of the very few ancestral homes that I've never been to. I want to go to Italy. I've wanted to go like my entire life, and I want to go to California. Like those are the three must-have trips I really want to go on.
Okay.
Everything else that happens is just gonna be icing on the cake. It's gonna be awesome. I'd like to do them.
Yes.
If I don't see the entire world, it's okay. As long as, you know, and then I feel like after that, so the next 2 to 3 years are gonna be the big trips for me. And then I feel like after that, I'm gonna like work on making my house a vacation spot that I love. That I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything because my home has now become my vacation
That sounds like a
spot.
fantastic plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so then those three destinations, if you get to those three,
Yeah.
then you feel as though your life is fulfilled.
Yes, like my goals are
You've
completed.
conquered. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And that's amazing because that's three items.
Yeah.
Yes, it is taking preparation, planning, money,
Mm-hmm.
but those are doable goals, especially if you stretch it out like the next 5 to 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
If your health will allow.
I don't know if I want to do that though.
Always, you want it now, but
no, I'm just saying I'm imagining 5 years. So I'm 42 now, 47. I'm like, am I gonna still want to be doing this?
I know
47 running into 50. I mean, maybe I might. You don't know. My health could change for the better. I could get to. I mean, not that my health is terrible, but I'm the type of person I don't like public bathrooms. That is like the biggest downfall of me traveling.
Such a germaphobe.
I am. I have very light germophobia with bathrooms. And like this flight back from England, I went from England to New York back in January, and we did 8 hours. I didn't drink anything. I didn't eat anything for 8 hours because I was not going to use the bathroom.
And that's even worse on your body.
I know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how much longer I could do the travel because I'm not fasting like that all the time.
Well, and I say that because just like with younger you, with earlier goals and all, there's definitely things that you couldn't do due to life happening, unexpected things, money needing to be put towards something else.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, potentially the 6 to 8. It's kind of the goal is that next what you said 3.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is 3 years, but giving yourself the grace and acceptance if it needs to be a little longer.
I feel like the grace and acceptance I'm going to give myself is saying it's okay you didn't make it there because in 4 years, I don't know that I want to keep doing it.
Okay, so those 3 then are a little flexible. So what would be your top 1 that you absolutely, that's it, the end of your life, your days are over, and you got to that one location.
Italy.
And you're complete. Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why Italy?
Okay, so I'm torn actually because no, I'm not torn because originally Cali was my I wanted to go to California since I was a child, but because I've already technically been to California, I'm not mad that I wouldn't go again.
Okay.
Italy, I remember. So the first time I decided I wanted to go to Italy. I was in junior high school. And my parents were explaining to us how we were moving before high school, and we're gonna enjoy this new place that we're moving to, and blah 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 blah. And we were eating out in the Olive Garden. It was the first time I ate in the Olive Garden. We're listening to music. Olive Garden. Mm-hmm. It's like they've got old school music going, and I'm just listening. Like, wow, mommy, I want to go to Italy. I want my graduation gift to be Italy. She said yes. It didn't happen. Instead, my parents took me to the Bahamas. Boo hoo me! I got to go to the Bahamas instead of going to Italy.
As an adult,
yeah,
realize.
As an adult, yeah. So I'm like, still haven't gotten to go, and I want to go. It just hasn't happened. So I'm like, my only thing is though, I would need to financially and be able to go for like 2 to 3 weeks, even a month if I could get it. I don't know that currently I could get that much PTO off from my job.
I mean, you're building up.
Right, but I would like it. I would like it because I want to see all of Italy. It's that is my goal. So I'm like, if I don't make it anywhere else, I gotta make it to Italy, and then I'm good to cut off taking trips just because I'm like, I don't see me getting over germophobia. If anything, I see myself getting worse, being like, oh no,
I hope not. But yes, I can see that too. Now I know that a few years back, Angel's goal was to go to Japan, and so that became your goal as well.
Yeah, it's not anymore. I told her you need to find a friend, a cousin, somebody else who wants to go with you because that's a long flight. And even if we split up the flights, this is a long several flights. It's a lot of travel.
It is.
I don't know that I can do it.
Okay, so now am I correct in saying that now that you're in your 40s, Angel is now a legal adult and doing very well on her transition to adulthood.
She is.
With that in mind, do you feel as though now your goals and your desires are now switching from what everyone else is wanting as well to now just solely you?
No.
Okay.
I will say in that here's an example. Angel's goal is to have a tiny house built in the backyard for herself in the next 2 years.
Okay.
That is also a goal I would like. For me, it doesn't matter if it's the next 2 years or not because I told her she needs to show me she really wants it by getting a good amount of money to make a deposit to get that tiny house. And then I'll see what I can do far as helping. So that is also my goal. But I won't lie, technically, when we bought this house, that was a goal I had anyway. So, like, I did want to build a tiny house. But for me, it was the thought of renting it out to somebody to make extra money because I have so much yard. Okay. But now my kids like, Mom, like homes are expensive. Yes. Rent is expensive. Yes. I want to build a tiny house in our giant backyard. And I'm like, yes, kid, let's do it. So I will say, as now having an adult child, yes, my goals are more at the forefront of my brain. Okay. Whereas before it's like, what does my kid want? We got to make sure everything is, setting her up right. So my goals are more forefront, but certain goals of hers are still also my goals.
Okay. But you're having her take the lead, take charge, and you're just backup.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful way of supporting her and being there kind of as her safety nets, but also pushing for her to be the director of it all.
Yes.
And that's challenging for a lot of the young adults. You're doing it right and prepping her mentally the best way that you can.
I'm trying.
I know it is not easy, especially in this economy.
Yes,
they can't launch.
No,
but you've been able to reach your goals.
Yeah,
to provide her that safety.
It's like a balancing act of not coddling your kids too much, but also giving them grace and understanding that things are hard, or really hard out here.
Yes. Do you have any goals you're currently working on for your mental health and your, a bit of introspection here?
No.
Mm-mm. Okay. So I'm gonna call you out
on my mental health.
I'm gonna call you out on something. All right. So you had suggested and told me about a book.
Is that a goal?
It is the self-love workbook for women.
Yeah.
But it is a goal to love and accept yourself.
When I think goal, I think something intentional that I'm reaching for to get done. Whereas working on the self-love book is just it's not like a goal, like something okay, let me take that back. A goal is like, for me, something I want that I can reach for, but if I don't get it, it's okay. Loving yourself isn't a goal for me. It's something you have to do.
Okay. So I could definitely see the difference there. Mm-hmm. I would challenge to see it as a goal that is not something that is acceptable to not reach.
Okay.
So if you can kind of follow me there.
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd still call it a goal, though.
I know you would. I know. But for me, I consider the betterment of self and growth to always be a goal. It's a continuous goal to always try to do better, learn more, expand myself, and keep growing mentally, and worldview and perspectives.
Yeah.
So to me, that's just a continuous goal. And I have seen such great, amazing progress from you. And I love that. And so for me, on my board of my desires for Andrea, I am putting a check mark next to your self-love, self-worth, and your growth in those areas.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome. I have goals for you too.
Okay.
And I hope you do for me.
To be happy.
Oh.
I do. I have a goal for you and pretty much all my friends, like to find joy in your everyday life. I feel like we were just recently at a friend of mine's house and I was looking at his chore list, and on the chore list at number 9 was like be happy, and I was like, that is such. Oh. At first I said to him, I was like, that's so funny that's a goal, that's a chore that has to be done, and he's like, absolutely, you intentionally need to have a happy day. And so I'm like, you know what, you're right. My goal for my friends is always to find joy in everything that you do, find joy in your life. For my friends, myself and my family, that is the one thing I want them all to find is joy and happiness.
Very nice. Well said. And honestly, I think that would wrap it up right there. You know, the goals of yourself, the evolution of self, and with your friendships and your love and your child. That right there speaks volumes.
Yeah.
And I, of course, and everyone in your life absolutely wishes and has the same goal for you.
Thank you.
You know, I gotta love on you a little.
Thank you for the Kellie takeover. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell us about your goals. Bye.